Why wouldn't you seize the opportunity? Why wouldn't you take a chance? You must be open to the possibility that you can achieve your goals. Once you close your mind to that possibility, it becomes unattainable. Often, the reasons we initially give ourselves for not achieving something can be disproven. You can almost always find someone, even someone who has reached world class success, who faced worse conditions than you currently do. This means your goals are absolutely possible. The only thing standing between you and your aspirations is effort. There's a common belief that we shouldn't criticize ourselves or dwell on what we could have done better. However, I believe that inner voice isn't insecurity. It's a part of you that wants you to chase your full potential. There are no shortcuts. It's just you against yourself. If you misunderstand this, you'll face real problems. Do you genuinely want to achieve this or not? If you truly want it, nothing will stop you. But if you don't really want it, almost any obstacle will become an excuse, a reason, a rationale for not moving forward. Don't follow the path most people take because you don't want the results most people get. The average person is often unhealthy, likely to be divorced, and has less than $1,000 in the bank. Doing what everyone else does is the best way to guarantee you don't have the life you desire. So, will you let the days slip by and suddenly realize you've wasted a year? Or will you pick yourself up? Acknowledge your mistakes, understand that life goes on, and figure out your next steps. I'm the type of person who believes in moving forward. Consider this. In a group of 100 people, 10 shouldn't even be there, 80 are just targets, 9 do most of the fighting, and 1 is a true warrior. This holds true for life. I've witnessed it in training and everywhere else. So many people just exist, while a select few do all the real work. I wanted to be part of that 9, and I'm striving to be that 1. When you're constantly disconnected from your own reality, living as if it's someone else's, your life will never feel right. If you're lost in the woods and don't know where to go, start walking. Your perspective won't change until you start moving forward. That feeling of frustration and anger, that's incredible fuel for you to go out and achieve what you desire. Your goal should be to become so successful in your chosen field that all those who doubted you will have to look away in shame. We've come too far, been through too much, seen too much. We've celebrated victories and faced defeat head on, overcoming it all. We've come too far to be negative now, too far to start overthinking. Mentally, you must be there before you even physically begin. It's a mindset, that dream, that success. I'm going to meet it, I'm going to create it. All I have to do is sweat for it, work for it, study for it, drive for it, believe in it, never take no for an answer, and never give up. When the winds of life don't fill your sails, grab the oars and start pushing your vessel towards your desired destination. Those oars can get you there, you have to get yourself there. When you step away from the crowd, you begin to dream and express your best self. You will be different, and people often don't like difference. Every hero you've admired was once called an idiot, crazy, or a loser. They will try to tear you down and mock you. What are you fighting for? What's your legacy? What will you do? You say you're a champion, but do you practice like one? Do you fight like one? Do you have the mentality of a champion? I am so mentally strong that when I get tired, that's when I find my inner beast. That's when I'm ready to go. You need to start thinking, I'm the most determined person in the world. Not only do I climb that mountain, but I enjoy climbing it. I get a thrill from the struggle, from the weights, from fatigue, from the grind. I get a kick out of finding a way where there seems to be none, finding breath you didn't have, and energy that didn't exist. Your problem is, you give up too easily. There's nothing out there for me. You say, that's the issue. You've hung up your cape, but you haven't moved on. You haven't gone out to find your life, to find your place. My friend, I did find someone I know, and you lost them. But that's all part of living, sir. Yet, you're not living, you're just waiting, hoping for things to go bad again. I guess it really comes down to a simple choice. If you believe it, if you truly believe you could be something, if you have that little voice in your head saying, hey, you've got talent, you could do this, then follow that voice. Your excuses might make you feel a little better about not executing what you needed to, but they aren't helping you. People only see the highlights. They don't see the 20 years that person put into their craft. They don't see the hard times. They weren't there for the work, didn't see them sweat, didn't see them panic, didn't see them have nervous breakdowns. They weren't there cheering them on when they got rejected again and again and again, but refused to quit. That's why Harrison Ford is a multimillionaire, a Hollywood legend. So, if you want to win, it's all about what you're willing to do, how long you're willing to go, how many punches you're willing to take, and how many times you're willing to get back up. That can't break you, only you can break you. This is my North Star. This is what I want to do, what I want to become. And getting into the things you have to go through is never convenient. The reason some of you can give 120% on Monday is because everything looks good on Monday. You're excited. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to change the world. I'm going to do this for this person. I'm going to buy this for my mom and my children. I'm going to put them through school. You have all these great dreams, then you wake up and life punches you in the face. As long as it's a perfect day, you operate with excellence. But as soon as circumstances change, you quit and give up. We all hit that wall. We all face opposition and adversity. But I think we all know at our core, it's never about what happens to you. It's about how you respond to it. You can control that. In the midst of escalating anxiety provoked by today's increasing complexity and accelerating change, the one thing any leader or successful person must possess is the ability to overcome. Overcoming is in your blood. Getting through adversity is in your blood. I need effort from you. I need you to match whatever effort your enemy is putting up. Whoever your enemy is, match their effort. This is what you do. You are built for this. I'm wired differently. I don't just cry. I don't say, why me? Eventually, there's a payoff for bad times. It can't be bad for so long. If you have the strength and the understanding to realize that it will change, it will change. It's impossible for it not to. The biggest risk to your future isn't your competition. It's the distractions you insist on keeping in your life, rather than doing the things you know you should be doing but aren't. People delay doing things they don't like for longer than it actually takes to do them, still waiting for a big smile from you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or only half happy, or is there still more to be happy about? You're up 2-0, but the job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so. I'm telling you from the bottom of my soul, it's so easy to beat people today. They are so soft, they have no work ethic. No one can stick with anything. Everyone's distracted. They're on social media, counting their notifications because they can't stick with things. They can't say no. It teaches you to get yourself together through discipline, through self-discipline, through repetition, tons of repetition of the same thing you don't want to do. That's the key. Through repetition of things you don't want to do, you develop mental armor for your mind. Your mind starts thinking, okay, we suffer. We suffer every day. It's what we do. We do stuff that sucks every day. So when the difficult stuff comes, you're ready for it. That's how I started to grow. I just started being very uncomfortable, and now it's just a way of life. carrying burdens you have no clue about, unable to express them, and not knowing what to do. He figures if he shares them, he'll just be shot down, called a fool, called weak. So he carries them inside. You have no clue the burdens and the hell most men are carrying inside, not even showing you. The sun doesn't stop. The sun will be up in the morning regardless. That sun will be up in the morning regardless of how I feel and how depressed I am. The sun will shine in the morning, and at night the moon will be there. And you'll look up, and these days will keep passing by. What defines success and what defines failure? The differences are so small. We're talking about seconds, about reps, about the finest echelon of measurement that will make or break someone's life to be successful at that moment. And once that moment is successful, it gives birth to an unbeatable second, done lifestyle. But to have that first success, you must ensure you're giving it all you can today, because the future, we don't know it, do we? We're training for that. And when I hear people say terms like good enough, it bothers me immensely because they are saying something that is justified at the moment, but not quantifiable until a future endeavor in life. Therefore, they are casting judgment on the present for a future event they know nothing about. They're good enough. If you think about it, good is a positive, enough is a negative. That's an oxymoron right there. It's hypocritical in its own sense. Nothing is ever good enough. The only thing that's enough is at the end of the day, the final hour, whatever you're striving for, when your hand is raised victoriously. That's when you know it's enough. Unless you're okay with not making 6 or 7 figures, unless you're okay with losing, then keep giving half the effort you put in. To be successful is never convenient. The point of half effort, unless you're okay with half results. You're not running the day is running you. You always pay the debtor, not the master. Guys, if you encounter fear, the quickest, easiest way to beat it is immediately, right when it appears. If you allow it to sit, it will grow roots and start breaking you down, destroying the potential of the person you can be. Again, champions, it's not their potential, it's not their genetics. It's their perseverance to always show up, always willing to fail, because failure is part of success. Success is not a marathon of just ups. Success is formulated through failures. Life isn't about medals, it's about scores. It is astounding how many people want to be spectacular in life, but also want to fit in and be normal. By being normal, you are, by definition, aiming for average. Normal people get normal results. Weird people get weird results. You literally can't do what everyone else does and not expect to get what everyone else has. By doing what everyone else does, you guarantee average results. You're lazy, you know exactly what to do, exactly what to do. Even I, in my state of not being able to read and write, knew exactly what to do. It just sucks doing it. It sucks to do it unless you want what everyone else has, which no one does. The man who never fell has no glory. The man who fell and got back up, that's where his glory is. The man who fell 20 times and got up 21 times, that man has even greater glory. Wow, that man has more courage, way more courage than the guy who was so strong from birth that he never failed. You know, some of you are motivated by being broke. I'm broke, I'm stuck, I can't do anything. Some of you are motivated by just wanting to accomplish the things you want to accomplish. Other folks are motivated by materialistic things. It's a very simple concept. If you want it, you've got to go get it. You learn that way. That's why failure is so important. Failing, messing up, and making mistakes is very important. That's how you learn. See, the bad feeling you get from something you shouldn't have done, or wish you didn't do, or wish you did better. especially failing at something where you put in half the effort and just feel like a loser. That just teaches you. The scars show your willingness to get to the other side. They show your failures. They show your willingness to start from scratch. They show what you're willing to do to go the distance, to see what you're capable of. You make a commitment. It doesn't matter if the winds and the waves come. It doesn't matter if the storm comes. Just keep moving. You can't stop until you get there. If the ship goes down, you keep moving. If the tides come up, you keep going. If you lose one of your paddles, you keep going. Hope. Don't ever lose your hope, because once you lose your hope, you've lost everything. I just need you to keep moving. I need you to make up your mind that the only way you can lose is if you quit. And I just need you to keep going. I might not have been stronger, I might not have been smarter, I might not have been brighter, but I made up my mind. I'm going to get through this. I am not phenomenally skilled, but I'm phenomenally real. My IQ may never change, but my will changes every year. I get stronger and more determined. Why? Because it's in my DNA. We can make it. We've got to believe. We've got to be mentally strong. When we're tired, that's when we've got to put our fundamentals together. That's when we've got to be more focused. I'm going to get fundamentally strong. Everybody's great when they're not tired. The champions are when they're tired. That's when the real champions come out. That's when that real dog comes out. Have some grit. Remember your why. When you see how tired you are, just keep going, keep going. I want you to give everything you've got. The problem with some of you is you want somebody else to support your dream. It's yours. It's your dream. If you want it to happen, get your butt up and make it happen. If you want it to happen, rise and ride. Nobody has to believe in you. Nobody has to talk about you when you're in the dark, working every single day. You reap what you sow, and at some point, you're going to be great. It's nobody else's. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody's supposed to give you anything. It's yours. By any means necessary, you take it, you conquer. You are a warrior, you conquer, you make it happen. Now, if you know what you're worth, go out and get what you're worth. But you've got to be willing to take the hits and not point fingers, saying you're not where you want to be because of him or her or anyone else. You want to know something about yourself. Sit on your bed one night and ask, what's one thing I'm doing wrong that I know I'm doing wrong, that I could fix, that I would fix? Meditate on that, and you'll get an answer. It won't be the one you want, but it will be the necessary one. Give a man a purpose and the ability to achieve it, and he will crawl over broken glass with a smile. And I think that feeling capable and powerful and competent and respected and admired is something that will get a man so far. You give a man those things, and he'll deal with suffering until the end of the earth. This is kind of part of being a man. It's like you kind of have to mess it all up a little bit. I think so. I think part of learning is dying, but you refuse to use it, and there's nothing motivating about that. No matter what you do, you're all in. This is going to kill you, so I think you might as well play the most magnificent game you can while you're waiting. Because, do you have anything better to do, really? Why not pick the best thing possible that you could do? The more you put into anything in life, the more you're going to get out. Now, for whatever reason, people understand this when it comes to building a business. The more you put in, the more you're going to get out of it. The more hours you spend working on anything, the more you are going to get out. Work pays. If there was a big indicator that you're doing the right thing, doing what everyone isn't doing is probably the single biggest indicator that you're on the right track. It's the, if I could wish nothing else on my child whenever I choose to have them in the future. It's that they have high agency, which means they make decisions independent from the opinions of other people. And when we hear words like authentic and original, it's because the person starts at square one and says, well, what do I want? A reminder that if you want to be exceptional, you're going to be different from everyone else. That's what makes you exceptional. You can't fit in and also be exceptional. Both have discomfort. When you fit in, you have internal conflict because you're not being 100% you. When you're exceptional, you have external conflict because everyone sees you as different. Pick one. When your friends start to say, you've changed, remember it's because they don't know how to say, you've grown. I'm obsessed with finding myself now and not having to prove anything to anybody other than myself and my family. Really, just myself and realizing that that is enough. Giving your best is enough, and sometimes we lose track of that. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. You might be taller than me, you might be bigger than me, you might be stronger than me, but I'm coming. And I'd rather die trying. I'd rather give everything I've got. I'd rather give a year. I'd rather put in work and fail than not try at all. The real beast performs in the last 4 minutes. The real beast is when their legs give out, when they're tired. The real beast finds a way to pull something out when nobody else has anything left. Hold on to it, and when that thing tells you to quit, you look it in the eye and say, I ain't going nowhere. I will break you before you break me. You will not destroy us. You will not defeat us. This will make us stronger. I'll go quicker. I'll go harder. I'll go longer. I'll go faster. I need mental toughness. And I'm telling you, when you come up against that thing, you've got to outdo that thing. And you can't do it when you get there. You've got to already make up your mind before you get to cancer, before you get to that exam and pass that exam. You've got to make up your mind when you're talking to your husband, when you're talking to your wife, when you're talking to that stranger. You've got to envision it before you even get to it. You can't win it if you can't see it. The vision. You've got to see yourself winning the practice, then winning the game, then the championship, then the playoffs. You've got to see yourself wake up every single day. I was here before I was here. I was up this morning, here. I've been in this spot right here. I'm going to have setbacks, I know. But if I'm feeling bad, that doesn't mean I'm doing bad. That doesn't mean I am bad. That doesn't mean that I can't still take some action, because yeah, nothing changes and nothing changes, man. The fear is never reaching your potential. That's it. Always falling short, always quitting before you're done, always procrastinating, always not doing the right thing. And then one day you're an old man and you look back and go, God, I could have been great. Yep, I could have been great. You find no answers in the light, none. It's too happy, it's too nice. And we don't need to be taught how to live in happiness. That just comes naturally to us, happy moments. But the dark times, man, you can't get there unless you put yourself there. I really think the biggest cheat code in life is just going after it and not being concerned with whether or not you fail at one specific task. Instead, understanding the big picture, what your long term goal is, and knowing if you keep driving forward and never quit, in the end, you will succeed. The thing is, man, there's always going to be a party. There's always going to be a time to celebrate and a time to join friends, or a day too. I mean, the bars are always open, no matter how old you are, they're always open. You know what's not always open is the opportunity to check the box in life, to achieve your dreams. That's not always open. Confidence comes from preparation. So when the game's on the line, I'm not asking myself to do something that I haven't done thousands of times before. Right, so when I prepare, I know what I'm capable of doing. I know what I'm comfortable doing, and I know what I'm not comfortable doing. Right, so in those moments, if it looks like I'm ice cold or not nervous, It's because I've done it thousands of times before. So it's one more time. Hard work looks horrible. It's not motivating. It's not motivating at all. They like Rocky, round 14. He gets knocked down and looks at Apollo Creed. It looks like a man being stuck in a dungeon, and there's no way out. When you get beaten all the time, your mind wants to go to that nice spot where you're comforted, where you're not trying, where it's easy. It doesn't want to think. All these things in the mind, and the mind can only absorb so much. So all the pain that has to go through, it wants to push it away. It says, let's not do that. So every day I'm fighting where the mind wants to go. There has to be something so deep in you that drives you. And that's what this world has come to. Every time they try something and it doesn't go their way, they look for a complaining buddy. Well, guess what? Life is hard. You've got to find yourself in the grind, the grit, and you've got to find yourself doing the things that no one else wants you to do. And whenever it sucks, you've just got to keep working. I can't let that bother me. I can't let that hurt me. But I still have to perform, so you've got to execute. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how difficult it is. Never give up and never give in. Because some skill isn't going to get you through certain things, but phenomenal will allow you to get through everything. As long as you've got breath in your nostrils, don't you ever give in, because I never told you it'd be easy. But with mental toughness, you can get it done. I don't care where you come from, I don't care what. I want you to be the best at what you do. You don't need this, or that. All you need to be successful in this world is that inner drive. You've got to wake up every day and compete. You've got to go after it. Everybody says, you don't read well enough, you're not a critical thinker. I'm not, but I'm a beast. You don't have to be smart when you're a beast. You don't have to be the most talented when you're a beast. You don't have to be the most talented when you've got that dog in you. You're going to have to play hurt. You're going to have to play when stuff is going on. It's work that separates the boys from the men. Are you ready to do the work? Are you ready to put in the work? Stop mourning, stop crying, stop asking. I want your work to precede you. It's clear to you. You know exactly what you want. You know exactly what it tastes like. You know what it looks like. You know what it smells like. You literally have it in the palm of your hand without having it. You know when you're going through something really challenging. How do you show up within it? Do you choose to become a victim of complaining and misery? Or do you find meaning in how you show up in the suffering? You know, hard work brings great rewards. This is a reminder of the hard work and dedication that I put into everything that I've done. I'm not content because I know where I came from. I don't care how good you are at anything. If you don't have discipline, you're nobody. You're nothing without discipline, because you give up in the slightest struggle without discipline. 100%. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. Doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. I'd say one of the strongest mental frames that has gotten me through my hardest times is thinking, this will be the story that I will one day tell. And that means the harder it is, the bigger the dragon, the more epic the story, and by consequence, the more epic the hero. Unchosen suffering is going to happen in life. Your parents are going to pass away, loved ones are going to die, your relationships are going to break down, your body is going to fail you. You're going to become ill or sick or destitute. Things are going to happen that you have no control over. And the only way that you can prepare yourself for unchosen suffering is to be in the gym right now to ensure that that event goes your way. It will never go your way, guys, if you're saying today is good enough. If you never say good enough today, I promise you, tomorrow will always be enough. Whenever good enough is enough, you can bet tomorrow you'll have enough. I say it all the time, you have to suffer. You have to make that a tattoo on your brain. So when that hard time comes again, you don't forget it. You may forget it for a second, but you can go back into the cookie jar. I call it. I need you to dream your way out of the hood. I need you to see yourself in Bermuda. I need you to see yourself in Dubai. You aren't trying to impress people. You don't care what people think. Deep down in your soul, you see yourself living your best life. You've got to see yourself doing it. You've got to feel yourself doing it. You've got to actually walk in it. You've got to go into the future, lave it out, come back into the present, and start working toward it. Once the mind is stretched, and it's going to be hard to stretch it, but once it's stretched, it can never go back to its original dimension. Stretch it for me. There will be times when you will feel alone, and you will feel deserted. When you feel weak and you doubt yourself, and other people will doubt you, and you ask yourself, am I crazy? You must have faith. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your abilities, your service, your company, your ideas, unquestionably. You do what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to build something. You're supposed to create something. I don't know how to do it. Learn, do whatever is required. Just go out there. It's possible. You can get what you want. It's necessary. If you want it, you've got to go into action. You've got to be willing to experiment. You've got to be willing to fail and to succeed. It's you. It's on you. You've got to make that happen. Nobody's going to bring it to you on a silver platter and say, here's your dream manifested. No, it's hard. It's difficult. See a whole bunch of people walking around out here who have no idea how talented they truly are. And I'm talking about talent like some God-given ability, talent that sometimes you have to hone, you have to work on, you have to harness yourself. And they just walk around, just on their phones, just clueless to how powerful they are. I think part of learning is you've got to die a little bit. Because what is learning? Learning is me giving up on my old ideas. Those ideas have to die for me to be open to something new. And so, for me to learn how to be a better man, I had to die a little bit. Because I think right now, if I were to quit rapping and I said, I want to go to the NBA, I would be in the NBA. No, you wouldn't. Yes, I would. No, you wouldn't. Yes, I would. Why would you think you could make it to the NBA? Because I think I can do anything. Anything in life that you put your mind to, you can do. The world is your oyster. That's all I tell people. It takes more effort to start in the beginning, and more people are right about the fact that they're like, hey, you're not going to hit it big. And guess what? A month in, you're not, but they're only measuring in months. And at 6 months, you're also not going to have hit it big yet, and they're going to be like, I'm still right. And at a year, you're still not going to have hit it big, and they'll still be right. And every day that you haven't hit it, they're going to feel like they were right, but they're wrong, because they're measuring in days and you're measuring in decades. The bad days create the story that I'm one day going to tell myself about what I got through. You know what I mean. Yeah, without the bad days, the story would be way more lame. There would be no glory in overcoming anything, because what did you overcome? It was all just 40 to 60, vanilla ice cream, mush, gray, like existence. There's no dopamine. There's no dopamine in there. At 300 pounds, you've got nothing. Your hormones are shot. You have to envision something that is more powerful than you. Something has to get you out of bed. You tell yourself you're going to make it happen. You're going to start that business, make more money, get that promotion, lose that weight, get in better shape. And every single time, there are these challenges and issues that come up against you and pull you off course. Stuff starts not going your way, you run into problems, so you quit, you give up. You throw in the towel and you say, who cares? It's not worth it. But you have to remember in that moment, that is a choice you are making. And if you're going to make it to the next level of your life, you've got to decide to be unstoppable. You have to have mental toughness. You've got to have a level of grit that says that you will not be denied. And the type of commitment that I'm speaking of is the commitment that says, I am going to stay true to what I said I would do long after the mood that I've set it in has left. Because there are some things you just can't get without perseverance. I was too different from the friends that I had, but not successful enough to be friends with the people that I wanted to be friends with. Those are the times that count. Those are the times where you have to dig deep yourself to get the job done. And you're going to have to fight and fight and fight and fight. And most of you won't be successful, not because you can't do it, but you can't outlast your old self long enough to get to your new self. And the difference between winners and losers is how we adjust to these hard times. Winners, they understand that the path they've chosen is going to have resistance. They look at it as, well, yeah, I'm getting contested today. And you know what? I'm going to pass that test. And whenever they have the hard thing that happens, and then they overcome it, they gain more confidence because they overcame something that the previous version of themselves or the rest of everybody else would have just quit when it happened to them. Things are going to get harder, things are going to get tougher,